You can win cash and earn credits just by clicking the link below and signing up for kill races, solo, duo, last Spartan Standing. It's all on the link below the ZLEAGUE tournament platform. You can earn 500 credits just by signing up through the link below.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready. We are in the lobby. Game number 1 in this best of 5 series. You gotta make sure they got the right series. Gotta make sure everything's going good for them because there's a lot on the line. It's either go big or go home. This is the elimination bracket. On board now with neighbor of Incognito, but his teammates end up going 3 down. That's not what you want to see.
Yeah, unfortunately, he was the last player alive. He did end up going down, and I don't think there's anywhere for him to go. So unfortunately, he does give up that sniper rifle, and Mental has a chance to really utilize this. All the spawns coming out of sea, so they've got a great line of defense. But look at this sneak through from Aperture.
The sniper rifle not gonna be enough to keep Mental alive right there. On board now with Carmea as neighbor is denying access from Explosive to try to break through the mid. Love the plays coming in on both sides, and with that, Incognito feel comfortable enough to rotate this ball over. They have the sniper rifle, heat wave, ball, everything going in favor of Incognito.
That's the big thing right there, is the power weapon control is in the favor of Incognito. Aperture doing a really good job rotating the ball away from the push, but unfortunately, Carmea is gonna pay for it. They're probably gonna play this ball off the map. They're gonna be pressured from top center and big door. They've got to be careful to try to stay alive here.
Mental tries to sneak through with the sniper rifle. That's a big pick going in, but no, they're not going to be playing the ball. In fact, Incognito getting the slays that they need. Watching all angles is so important for the setup, and that's exactly what they do. 8 seconds on respawn, go Rebellion as they look to break it once again. And while all this happens, it's a 40-1 run in counting.
We see the very rare green hold here with the ball, and it seems to be working. A push is going to come from all angles, though. You see a guy on big door, you see a guy top center, but when you have Aperture on your squad, there's nothing you can do. He's wiping the team.
That he is 7-3 right now, but his killing spree will end. And once again, neighbor gonna wait for that overshoot to come up, wait for his teammates to come off of spawn. Cherish gonna try to break through. Bait and switch comes in as Precision takes down one, and now he's gonna wrap around. They're looking to surround Incognito and try to create a collapse.
And Precision did a really good job there of rotating that ball towards his teammates on the spawns. They had a guy on brute door and a guy on key door as well. So rotating the ball on pillar side was an intelligent play, and now they've got a wall of defense here for Rebellion on this B side.
Defense does get broken through. Rebellion forced to play that ball out. Great break by Incognito to stop Rebellion from putting any points on the board. And with that, Incognito getting first hands on ball. Rebellion haven't even passed the double-digit mark. Meanwhile, Incognito are halfway through with the round.
And why are they losing right now? Why are they down 58-6? It's because of Aperture's kills. Look at them, 8-3, and Coach Cobb as well, leading the slay board 7-4. They're popping off when they need to, and it's all about those power weapons, like you saw the heat wave in Aperture's hands.
Explosive gonna miss a melee, gonna cost him his life right there. Is 2 down once again. Go Rebellion. Precision trying to take that perimeter side angle. The sniper rifle just barely going to miss, but Aperture not gonna miss much more of that. Hative sitting on the edge. Don't push him as that ball ends up getting played. Precision gets himself a double kill. Now Aperture caught in the middle of 2 players and in the middle of a triple kill by Precision. And with that, Rebellion finally able to put some good points on the board, already getting into their setup. Incognito will have to play for a pick.
Really good job by Rebellion. They're not getting too aggressive on that ball and going for bad plays. They were able to wipe the score, wipe the map, and because of that, they have a little bit of control. But unfortunately, again, the slays of Incognito are too much. Aperture's 10-4 to start this game, and honestly, playing his life like that, it's going to be really difficult to break his momentum. And then look at the teamwork as well out of Carmea. This team knows what they're doing. Incognito looks good.
And just 7 seconds away. At this point, Rebellion have to overextend. They have to get this ball out of the hands of Hative, but it's not going to happen as Aperture throws a god nade, taking them out a 1-0 lead in favor of Incognito. They ain't hiding.
That green hold was so peculiar because you don't usually see that type of hold on this map, but they were able to really just get 4 dead. They forced the spawns on the tower. Let's see what they do to get this ball off the rip here. This beginning play is important. It looks like they're already 2 dead right now.
both of these teams not only fighting for that map control, but also fighting for that overshield control as well. Hative tries to push over toward the cut side, ends up getting the melee kill. Big plays out of Hative, giving those momentary numbers in favor of Incognito right as the overshield is coming up. A well-timed collapse and a well-timed pinch, but hold on, Precision gets a hold of the sniper rifle and he's deadly.
And Precision unfortunately going to miss a couple crucial shots there, but Hative is going to make him pay for it with the double kill. He also gets himself a heat wave and a sniper. So this could be a potential long hold for this Incognito roster. They've got a tower set up and the spawn's coming out onto A. They've got to be careful here. This push has to work if they want to stay in this game. They're already down one round and 15 seconds and counting for the second.
Hative now having a turn with the sniper rifle. At this point, it seems cursed. It keeps changing hands. Whoever grabs it eventually goes down, but it looks like Hative able to stay alive the most with it. The snipe shots go in, not able to connect, but distracts enough for Aperture to sneak in for the back smack. But Incognito, they lose their numbers, they lose their resources. Rebellion are now back in the driver's seat. A 22-0 run in favor of Incognito, but now it's Rebellion that have that momentum they were looking for.
Yeah, they're gonna tie this up, Tony. That tower hold is gonna be good. They gotta spawn onto A, that is Incognito, so they're gonna have to push a long way across the map here to make any pressure happen. And Cherish, that kill is gonna be huge. That's gonna stop this push a little bit, but the trade out of Neighbor is gonna even up the numbers.
As the pistol comes in for Hative, finds yet another kill. I'm loving the way Hative is playing right now. The value is not being shown to the scoreboard. Every single play calculated as Aperture takes down one. That gets 14th on the board. The pressure's starting to come in, so that's going to force a quick play ball. And now Incognito have a chance to regain, bait that ball, and play for those slays once again.
They were able to get the lead by 3. Explosive staying alive here on the bottom tower is very, very important, as Coach Cobb does have that overshield, but it's pretty much all gone. 2 go down for Rebellion, Tony. So in this situation right now, they've got to wait for spawns. Carme is the only one, and he's up right now. So the spawn timers are huge, but that plasma pistol really plays a factor.
And Cherish trying to catch an off angle, but runs right into 2. Luckily does the damage with that grenade and with that precision, taking down 1. 3 down, go Rebellion. Explosive now gonna try to get out of dodge, tries to play his life, so I love the thought process there. Still not gonna happen, and Incognito increase their lead from here.
34 to about 28 in the slays department for Incognito. And again, they go to this green hole that worked the first time, but got to play a little bit slower here. It looks like they're trying to go for a break, but 2 of them are already dead. Hative is going to have to play this ball. And like you said, Hative is doing a really good job of making plays that don't show up. He goes down there with the amount of value he put through and the rotation now coming out of Incognito. Hative's making some big plays.
And this is where Hative got more ball time by himself than the entire team of Rebellion in this game. The man's absolutely doing everything on the scoreboard, still positive, and even has a few assists to go along with it. Explosive has been able to grab that sniper rifle to the tower side control, does feel the pressure, taking down Aperture, the leading slayer of Incognito. You have to get him off the map, and now it's Cherished, who's going to take advantage of the heat wave.
Yeah, these kills are important right here. This next OS is coming up in 17 seconds, so this next round of slays is going to be imperative if Rebellion want to come back in this game. Once again, they're down 1 round, and Explosive does have the weapon in his hands to make the difference, but unfortunately only able to get some body shots on the board. He gets 2 there, right? So it's gonna maybe make some impact, but unfortunately 3 of his teammates are, I'm sorry, all 4 dead for Incognito, it looks like.
And with that, Rebellion are going to take advantage. Carmea does end up getting a spawn towards the A side, and that's exactly where Rebellion looked to be moving that ball. But now the recognition coming in. Love that Explosive immediately changes direction, and now they're just moving the ball with the rest of the team. Carmea the first one to go down. That ball still in the hands of Rebellion. They have to get it out of their hands, otherwise we may just see a lead change. And Precision having the heat wave and the overshield. This is big, taking down Aperture, having 2 more in front of him. The stick almost connects onto 1, ends up getting some damage in, but man, that stick would have been huge.
It was all about the rotation there coming from tower over towards the OS. Because of that, Incognito was staggered, so they're able to pick up a lot of kills there. And if they can continue to do stuff like that, if they can continue to rotate the ball well, they can potentially come back in this game. But you have Aperture, who's just scrapping time, and it looks like the quit out will happen, as Incognito did have the lead there. We'll have to go to the refs to see what the result is.
Drop player comes in, and I believe that was a lead in favor of Incognito, who were already up 1-0 in rounds. But you know, my eyesight's going. I'm getting a little old. I ain't gonna lie to you, Amateur. The joints be every time it rains, I feel like my knee starts clicking. I don't know. So I'm gonna let the admins figure out exactly what we're gonna do with that one. Either way, we have an amazing game number 1. And even though Rebellion weren't exactly in the driver's seat, we did start to see them show some life towards that end game. Precision was absolutely going off, both with the sniper rifle and without. So maybe Rebellion have a chance to bring things back.
Aperture's momentum too was really starting to pick up there. He's very strong in the beginning of the game, but unfortunately it started to slow down a bit. And a player like that, when you're playing that well, it's really difficult to continue to play your best game, and that's where mental endurance comes through. Aperture, not a new player to Halo, but definitely a new player in terms of these high-stake tournaments. So, you know, maybe if he can continue to keep his endurance in the game, they potentially could continue that momentum and win. But once again, we'll get back to you guys. Right now, we're on board with EXO and ESA Red. We've got 2 different matches going on for you, and it looks like ESA Red in position to take this first round, Tony.
I'm sorry, I'm actually in the lobby with the first team, and Cherished, who was on Rebellion, they were literally down. He says full re when they were literally down 1 round, they're down like 20 points, and they're like, no, obviously joking. But EXO getting away with this ball, bringing it toward the 80-point mark, and they have to play near perfect Halo. ESA Red only 9 seconds away from sealing this game, and they come in. The backspec gonna go in, but oh, I thought that ball didn't roll off. That would have been bad. But Overshield coming up, ESA Red having the numbers, having that ball in hands, and having an advantage towards the Overshield.
Yeah, unfortunately, Gunplexion was down bottom center. There was no one in position to help him there, so this is actually a big blunder because now they could potentially get this ball, but Bit is the last player alive for this squad. He's got to get this kill right here, but look at that. Some great plays by 2Nice, trusting his teammate. Tony, it's so important to trust your teammates in a situation like that to clean up those kills.
1-0 lead in favor of ESA Red, coming in as the 21st seed. Look how far they made it, going up against the number 6 seed in EXO. Mind you, EXO were 1 round away from qualifying last week, and now it's ESA Red that are going toe-to-toe with them, already up 1-0 in rounds. What improvement you're seeing out of Esports Arena Red?
Yeah, they've got the passion too. These guys are passionate. They want to win, and it's all about that factor, right? How badly do you want to, qualify and get yourself into this $125,000 tournament? I mean, like you said, Tony, they're paying out 20 spots in this tournament, which is huge for Halo. We never see that. We usually only see the top 8, at least from when I was around, and now we're starting to see more placement points, or more placements, I'm sorry, being paid out, and it's great. And again, it gives these players an extra incentive to go as hard as they can.
2 down go the boys in red, and now it's Esports Arena Red that are trying to push up and trying to make plays as we switch over, because this was the main matchup we're looking for. ESA Red, I'm sorry, excuse me, I apologize. We have Aperture, Carmea, Coach Cobb, and Hayden of Incognito. They should be up 1-0 in rounds. They were also up in the scoreboard as well, so I'm not sure exactly how they're going to try to play that out. I'm waiting for the admins to come in, but Incognito end up getting wiped. Rebellion now getting advancing forward, and they have perfect position with Overshield, but Hayden has something to say about that.
I'm hearing from production that Aperture and Incognito are up 1 round right now, so they're obviously going to replay this second one. And they've got a little bit of a good start right here with the OS in hand and 2 dead for Rebellion. But look at this. The rotation, once again, Tony comes through. And now Hayden's going to get his entire OS melted off if they're paying attention to that cross. But wait a minute, they are not. They're going to have to play that ball, and that's going to be 3 dead, unfortunately, for them.
Hayden making sure that not only he grabs a hold of this repulsor, but making sure that he keeps that aggression going forward. He knows that Precision is here towards the tower side, spots about early damage, tagging him up, ends up repulsing him back, but Precision has a repulse of his own. Mind the gap. You gotta watch your steps here on Live Fire.
Unfortunately, it's not too bad of a blunder. Hayden didn't have a lot of overshield left, and honestly, his teammates already set up on the green, so that trade is definitely one that I would take. And look at the double push from Precision and Cherished on that big door. They've got to be careful, though. The cross from this nest side is going to be huge, and that's what Explosive's trying to take care of right now.
the setup is in from Incognito, but eventually they were kind of too close together. They weren't really set up. They weren't widespread across the map. So with that, Rebellion absolutely breaking through, finding the forward down, grabbing hold of that ball because it wasn't played off the map for some reason. And now Rebellion have a chance to get some good points here.
Yeah, there's no excuse to not play the ball when you're set up back green. I mean, there's literally a complete open backside where you can play it and a lot of cover as well. So not sure what happened there, but again, Incognito with their second overshield in the game, Tony, and this is going to be the game changer for me. If you're able to get these OSs and take value out of them, you're going to win this game.
And just to remind you guys, Incognito only having to win one round here. Heat Wave in the hands of Carmea, coming through the garage side, able to find the kill. The Heat Wave so tough to deal with, especially up close. And in the hands of Carmea, who's so unselfish, high IQ play, he's in, puts down the damage. He doesn't have the advantage, he simply gets out of there. Carmea now gonna break back through. The ball is played over towards the mid-map, and Carmea is gonna use that ball as bait.
Rebellion's doing a really good job of breaking these setups, right? It's obviously, you know, setups that we don't usually see. Of course, they were on the mud pillars, which is definitely not the best place to hold the ball. But the thing about Incognito is they're being very scrappy, and scrappy definitely works a lot of the time, especially when you have slayers on your team like Hative and of course Aperture that are doing a lot of work. And of course, you know, the big damage coming out of Coach Cobb, of course, and Carmea.
Double push gonna come in. I believe it's actually Neighbor and Carmea that are coming through over toward the bottom mid side. And with that, Carmea does end up going down. Neighbor finds one, lends him some sugar with that sniper rifle, taking one down. There's a second one in front of him, tries to line it up, but Cherish not gonna allow that to happen. And without any timing loss whatsoever, Rebellion advance that ball over towards the A side. Slay's going in left and right. Incognito find himself 2 down. Hative trying to make a play over towards A as Cherish just dancing around that pole. He like he been doing that for a while.
Explosive right now. You look at the stat sheet and you see that he's 6 and 7. He was 5 and 7 just a second ago, but the amount of damage and the plays that he's making, the pivotal fights that he's winning, are really setting up this team for the Rebellion for the breaks that they're able to make happen. And honestly, I think that's a big factor here. But Mental finally gonna get an overshield for his squad on Rebellion, and maybe, just maybe, this is their chance to continue this lead. That ball down bottom center.
Just 2 points separating these two teams, but Cherish having the sniper rifle, and that's the real difference maker there. Rebellion increased their lead as Incognito are forced to come off a spawn and now forced to make a play as Hative will go down. Neighbor getting caught with his pants down. The Heat Wave just too much to deal with. And look at all this time. This was just a 2-point game just moments ago. And look what Rebellion were able to create.
Yeah, Rebellion are really slaying hard here, and it's great to see. But those are the type of kills you need right there from Carmea. You need to break that momentum a little bit. Make sure you stop this train from rolling as far as it can go. And honestly, Precision and Explosive are having incredible games. But you look at the stat sheet, and it's all very rounded. Everyone's pretty much having a good game in and of themselves, and that's what's really taking them further here. They're obviously down 1 round. If you're just joining us, they're down 0-1. So this is a must-win for them if they don't want to lose this first game.
In order to win at this level of competition, you can't have any weak links. Everybody has to be pulling their weight. And like you said, well-rounded across the scoreboard, on all sides. Even Carmea, who only has 5 kills at the moment, has 5 assists to go along with it and second most ball time for his team. Everybody's pulling their weight and not a single anchor. Off-screen Aperture will end up trading out 1, taking down Cherished. We have Coach Cobb, who's willing to slow the game down, willing to allow the enemy team to push towards him, but the push is actually coming all the way from the A side. We see a 3-man push, and that's gonna push that ball out of the A side. It looks like Mental's gonna go down thanks to a beautiful piv. Aperture makes Explosive 1, goes in for the challenge, not able to get the kill. Carmea cleaning things up, and both of these teams fighting for this control. Overshield coming up, and that's gonna be huge for either one of these two teams.
Yeah, Rebellion scared me for a little while there. They were starting to stagger, and Incognito was able to bring back this game, now up by 1 point. But again, this OS is so very important. It's a 2v2 situation, Tony, so these next kills matter.
3 down for Rebellion's Carmea, able to sneak that overshield over. That's not going to be good for Rebellion. Incognito only needing one more round to come out on top. They're now 24 seconds away from doing it. Hative is gonna sneak away with the sniper rifle, goes right in, ends up hitting the body shot onto Precision. Teammate comes in for the cleanup. Explosive is gonna get absolutely exploded on. Coach Cobb still got it.
They've got to pick up this ball, though. This ball's been sitting for a very long time. There's 3 dead, and look how much value Cherish is bringing to the squad right now. He's able to get Carmea down to no shields, and he's still alive, now able to push with his squad. He finally goes down, but you got to kill him a lot faster than that, and you've got to pick up that ball and have that objective efficiency.
Cluster luck out of Carmea. He sticks 1, takes down 2, 4 down, go Rebellion. They're forced to spawn toward the B side. Incognito are simply ready for it and waiting for them, daring for them to push up. Explosive now the only player alive. Sayonara. Incognito take this game, this round, and momentum in the series.
Absolute beautiful work right there. They were able to defend both times on the tower. Both pushes were quelled, and it all had to do with some incredible shots by Neighbor, and of course that double kill from Aperture afterwards. And honestly, the only reason they were able to catch up in this game is because of the staggered kills that were happening right before Incognito had caught up, and that's what you don't want to see. Unfortunately, you got to make sure that you're waiting for your teammates to spawn. You can make a calculated push, but it gets a little bit hectic there, especially with the comms in your ears. You know, you're hearing all of this information at once. Sometimes you can stagger yourself and be in a bad position. That's what happened there, and that's why Incognito take that first game.
I'm just loving the fact that Coach Cobb was sitting there and he's over here with the clipboard in his hands. He's watching Built by Game. He's like, oh man, I can't believe we lost that game. If I was in there, I would have done this, I would have done that. Why my teammates not listening? What's going on here? And eventually, he just chucks the clipboard away. He's like, I'm done with this. I'm going in. I'm going to compete, and I'm going to show you guys how it's done. 2-0 for Incognito. Going into game number 2 on Streets is going to be Slayer. And talk to me again, Act, about the keys to success. What do both of these teams have to do, specifically Rebellion, who want to tie up the series? What do they have to do in order to win here on Streets?
We talk about power weapons. I'm not going to continue to talk about the power weapons. So right now for Rebellion specifically, I'm going to ask that those pushes are calculated. We've seen some calculated pushes from them when they were in a position where their backs were against the wall. Potentially they've got to play off of a pick here. They got to make sure that they're holding each other's angles. The sight lines on Streets on 3 different lanes are very long, so you're just utilizing that and utilizing a flank player as well, who I would think would be Carmea, and just making plays happen that way. But again, this initial starting strat is very important, Tony.
The starting strats can gain you so much momentum, especially on a map like Streets, and we're seeing that right off the rip. Carmea winning his individual. It looks like Mental's gonna go down as well. That's a huge slay going in favor of Incognito. The drop wall being so annoying, but Carmea clearly upset at the ground. And I would be too. Sometimes I'd be throwing nades on this map and it'd be landing on random lips bouncing back towards me. So right? I'm mad at it too. Obviously a bit of a crash here, and we're gonna reset. It was early enough to most likely have a full reset here on the Streets.
Tony, that's the only reason I go negative. Anytime I go negative, it's because my nades are getting stuck in the little lips and they just kill me every time. That's the only reason I die more than I get kills. So anyone that ranks me or plays with me in matchmaking, now you know the reason. I no longer need to talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, you're obviously the role model for pure perfection. Right. And if anything happens, it's obviously not your fault. It's either the connection, your teammates, or the game's fault. Absolutely. If you live your life with that model, you instantly become pro in Halo Infinite. Game number 2, gonna be Slayer, rocket launcher, bulldog, all the goodies that you want. But like we kind of mentioned before, it's about that pressure. It's about the small talk to find out where those spawns are going to be coming from. Because if you can collapse on those spawns, trap them over towards the PD, leaving the minimal exits to go out. Trap them towards that cafe and make sure you cut off those angles for them to go toward the P side or back towards A. And you can find success on the Streets. It's easier said than done, obviously, but that's why I'm sitting here talking about the game as opposed to playing it myself.
Absolutely, same here. I mean, one of the big things about the Streets is that there's a lot of ambiguous spawns that happen, and it's all about your positioning. Just 1 or 2 steps to the left on A, they're gonna spawn PD. 1 or 2 steps off of Cafe, they're gonna spawn on purple. So it's all about just making sure that you're in a position to block the spawns and make sure that the favorable spawn is the one you want to trap them in. very difficult to do, in my opinion, just off of my experience. And that's why, like Tony said, we're not professional players, we're commentators instead. But we're gonna look for that. We're gonna look for where they're kind of forcing spawns. There's also a timing there in terms of staggering. If a player, maybe you get an early kill, you're able to, you know, time that so that you can get that next trap on that one player and stagger them again. And then you end up in a 4v3 for a long period of time. And those are the streaks that, you know, enable you to get that big lead in Slayer.
Can I be honest with you for a second?
Oh, I love when you're honest with me.
I'm gonna be honest real quick. I'm gonna be real with you, chat. I'm surprised that the likes of Carmea and Aperture are in this last chance qualifier. Now, I'm going to be real, because we know how incredible talent, both young, hungry, and truly talented, have a bright future here in Halo. You would think they would have probably made it out throughout that first qualifier, to be honest with you. I mean, Carmea, he was actually teaming with crowd pleasers, and they ended up falling one round short. I think Incognito not only need to make it through in order to the $125,000 event, but also I think they need to make a statement saying, you know, we're here. We're the real deal. We've been there, we've done that, especially Neighbor, you know, a champion, you know, back in the day, and looking to come back over towards Halo Infinite, and he's still got it. I think they would need to make a statement here. I want to see a 3-0, or at least a dominant finish on streets. I'm talking 50 to 37, 50 to 32. I want to see dominance here out of Incognito.
Oh, maybe your motivational talk will work, but I got to second your thought about Neighbor. I love to see him in this tournament. I mean, I always say that, you know, people say that when you get older, your reaction time goes down or whatever, and Neighbor proving that he's able to kind of contend with these top level amateur players, and it's just great. It's great to see. It's great to see him back. The passion is there for Halo. He streams all the time, so definitely a big fan of that. But look at this fight off the middle, Tony.
The rocket launcher is still in play. Love that drop wall coming in from Cherish to try to provide some kind of cover for them to steal it away, but Incognito end up shooting it right down. And look, just from having one anchor player, they're denying access towards that Rockets. Rebellion are trying to push up, they're trying to grab it, but they're being denied every single time. Explosive gonna try to come in with the Bulldog, and just like that, Rebellion end up going 3 down. The fundamentals too strong out of Incognito.
Now, obviously, all 4 players had a factor in that, right? But it was all about the anchor, like you had talked about in Aperture, holding down that bottom C side and also staying alive throughout all the pressure from middle. Great job by Aperture.
Coach Cobb gonna try to make waves with the Sentinel beam. I've been sleeping on that weapon for too long. Look at him absolutely drain the shields of his opponents from long range, and with that, his teammates come up, get the cleanup. Mental tries to make a high IQ play and ends up doing so, hiding his presence and stealing away a double kill. His team was 3 down. Incognito needed to take advantage of that, but Mental making an absolute game-changing play. That's not just 3 kills. That is his teammates going 3 down. That is a swing moment within the game. Absolutely loving what Mental's bringing to the table.
Absolutely. They're stuck inside of the sub right now, and that's where Incognito's going to stay for a little while. They're going to look for a pick here, but, you know, Formal definitely says that that type of playstyle is called the cringy playstyle, and you know what? Cringy wins games. Great job once again by Explosive.
I don't know why Formal talking like that. Trippy's he the king of cringe.
Right.
I don't know why Formal, that's his teammate's the king of cringy gameplay. But it's about winning the game, and those are game-winning plays that the value doesn't show up on the scoreboard as much as it should. 2 down, go Rebellion. Incognito now gonna try to push up as Coach Cobb ends up finding one. Control back in favor of the boys in blue, and don't forget, Aperture still has these rockets.
One left in the chamber, and waiting for his teammates to kind of pressure through, but unfortunately, Hadev is going to go down right off the bat. So the value out of this rocket is huge. He gets 1. That's a beautiful job by Aperture, right? Getting that 1 rocket, making sure it's used, and now he's got a Bulldog in hand, Tony.
And so able to get the pick onto Aperture. Coach Cobb comes in quickly to clean up the pieces, and Hadev finds an opening toward the danger side. And now it's Rebellion that are in danger of going 2 down. The third one was able to find the pick, so a big play out of Rebellion. And now we see a double push here from Mental Precision. Coach Cobb is he's like, he has to be over here to music. Finds him onto the red side. Excellent shots out of Coach Cobb. Carmea coming in quick with the Stalker rifle, and with that, finally able to find the target. Finds 2, and 3 down go Rebellion. Incognito back in the lead.
Got to make a point of this. Rebellion's only down 1 kill right now, and Explosive only has 1 kill himself. So honestly, if Explosive can step it up here and start to win a lot of his individual pivs, this team can really take off. Incognito's got to be careful.
Sheriff ends up going down over toward the subway side. Explosive playing towards his teammate, but gets himself a blueberry. Couple of those a day, keep the doctor away. Mental gonna try to make a way toward the driveway side, but this is too much aggression. Incognito. Big ups to Rebellion for keeping it close, but the eyeball test is telling me that Incognito are definitely winning the pace. But Cherish finding the backs back onto 1. That's the opportunity they've been looking for. Precision taking down as well. So now we see a 1-kill game go back in favor of Rebellion.
Not only that, they're going to secure these rockets unless Mental goes down. But look at then, again, Aperture across the map, just playing that anchor role with Hada, making sure those rockets are difficult to get, and Rebellion constantly going for them, and it puts them in trouble every single time. But great job there by Cobb to not die. Oh, he actually did die, but end up stopping the rockets from being in the hands of Rebellion. And now, again, Incognito going to have the power weapons.
Rockets in the hands of Carmea, trying to make a way with it. Trying to get the remote detonation off-screen. Precision and Explosive getting back-to-back kills. Carmea getting an explosive kill himself, but that's the final rocket coming out here. Coach Cobb gonna try to make waves with the Sentinel Beam. All 4 members of Rebellion spawning up towards the A side. They can't get stuck there, though.
Yeah, they're waiting for that damage. At this level of play, you're going to put damage in. Look at that. The damage comes through. They double on 1 player. And again, Coach Cobb is there to even the odds. He's playing such a big factor on these stairs. And honestly, Aperture again in that anchor roll up top C.
Coach Cobb tried to conceal his presence, ends up being spotted out by that shotgun player almost immediately. Cherished. His teammates go 3 down. He wants to pick up at least 1, but is going to be forced to back up towards Precision. Back up towards his spawning teammates. Now it's Incognito. They're going to quickly approach that 50% portion of the map. A 3-man push now going to come in from the purple side, and it's the overwhelming numbers that takes 1 down. Carmea through the cafe goes down to 1 shot. Aperture quickly going to come in and cover his back. The bait and switch working perfectly for Incognito, who now have a 3-kill lead.
That 3-man push on 1 side of the map is so risky. If 1 nade, any spike grenade will literally quell that push. But Incognito do such a good job of being able to bait and switch and play together so perfectly. And because of that, they've now got that 5-kill lead in their books.
Incognito quickly approaching the end game here. That grenade, not what you want to see from Cherish and Aperture. Spots the mistake, takes over quickly. Precision gonna try to throw a couple grenades here, but does he know that the driveway push is coming in? Incognito are busting through. The Rockets gonna get value out of Hative. Carmea finds the pick onto 1, and then Hative now coming in with the flank all the way towards the driveway side. And just like that, Incognito sucking the energy out of the room, breaking through the defenses of Rebellion, and they don't stand a chance here.
I mean, some teams play with a lack of confidence when the game, is approaching that 50-kill mark, but Incognito playing so aggressive, Tony.
And now it's just 1 more kill needed, and it's no longer a question of who's gonna win it, but when is it gonna come in? Carmea can't find the final kill with the shotgun. And hold on, don't want to get sloppy here, as Cherish gonna go right after 1 as well. Incognito no longer having numbers here. Rebellion quickly getting kills, quickly retreating towards the safe haven of their teammates. This is what you want to see. If Rebellion look like they want to steal this game away. Or not.
There it is.
It's fine.
50-42. Again, it's just great to see Incognito once again coming through. 2-0 in the series and 1 more. And that's going to be a qualification for a very large tournament. You have to understand how important this qualification is to these guys. $125,000 on the line, 20 placements being paid. These guys want it bad. And honestly, for these, for this other squad, I really do feel like Rebellion has a chance to come back in this series. But they've got to kind of make sure that, and I'm seeing it again and again, the staggering, being in a position where you're alone or you're trying to take that 1v1 piv. Honestly, every single time we see that, we see Rebellion in a bait and switch scenario where both players just live and they get that kill anyway as well.
I love the Shopify Rebellion squad. I really do. For them to come over from a game to game and still be able to find success, to make it this far, again, one round away from making it into the $125,000 super. That's amazing. That's incredible out of Shopify Rebellion. But Incognito built different. Incognito are again upset that they did not qualify last week, and they're taking it out on Rebellion. And as of right now, Rebellion in danger of getting swept here in your final round. Game number 3 is gonna be on recharge. It's going to be Strongholds. Can Rebellion come in with the speed and the fundamentals and the technique that is needed to win a game type like Strongholds?
Now, Tony, you're a big fan of basketball. Obviously, you were very good at basketball back in the day, probably really good as well today. But listen, I gotta ask you a question. If you're a team, let's say you're the Celtics going against the Golden State Warriors, and Steph Curry's not missing a 3. What do you do, Tony? What do you do if you're on that Celtics squad?
At that point, you gotta dig deep. At that point, you know what you've done the film review, you've done the work, you know what you have to do. You've been playing scrims, you've been going in and out, so you know that you have to guard him at 60 feet. You got to guard him from the moment he comes off that half court. Like, damn it, but put a hand on him the moment he gets out the parking lot. Right. You know what you got to do, so you got to dig deep and really come out on top, and there's no excuses.
The big thing here for me is that timeout that they call, right? They call a timeout. They try and break the momentum. It looks like we're getting right into this next game. I would have liked maybe Rebellion to sit back, just take a second to reset. I think that reset on the mental is so very important for them, their success, and maybe for even the start of this reverse sweep. But we're hopping right into the next game, Tony.
There we are. 2 down for each of the teams here. A great start by Cherish, who's going to find himself a nice double kill. Carmea having the high ground here, but with that, Cherish just stealing the Bravo side. Doesn't find the pick onto Carmea, but his ultimate goal was to steal a dub cap, steal first point, and now they have to stop Incognito from pushing every choke point, either going toward the B side or the A.
It's up to Hative here. He's got that camo. This is where the value comes through from this camo, right? How much value can you provide for your squad? Can you get the break necessary to make sure this camo is worth it? And it looks like he's going to be with Aperture here, working together to get this A-cap very quickly.
Shock rifle in the hands of Carmea. Hative able to get away with the camouflage. So this is big coming at Incognito. They're starting to find those resources that we were talking about before. The Rebellion may have gotten that first round of slays. They may have gotten the first points, but now it's Incognito that are ready to strike back. Carmea finding the long-range shot with the shock rifle. That one's a little bit closer. The double, almost the triple. And Incognito firmly in control.
Some great shots there by Carmea, and again, holding that anchor position on the top glass. We talked about this before. The crosses, so important to hold. Unfortunately, as of right now, they're trying to get that C plot, but it's not going to be easy as Coach Cobb is down to no shields.
Coach Cobb now putting the double push over toward the C side. Excellent shots onto explosive. Who is this guy? Why is his shots? It's so clean. The centering is on point. Coach Cobb, why was he coaching? This man's a player. Get him off the bench, damn it.
I talk about this all the time, man. The fundamentals of Halo and the skill does not go away. If you're able to put it into practice, you can continue to compete. And Coach Cobb is definitely a player that definitely proves that correct. I would love to see him get a pool spot here, and of course, among Aperture, Carmea, and Hative, all incredible players. And one of the things that I love about this squad, and we talked about it before, Tony, is the fact that all 4 players, there's no weak link. All these players know how to play the game. They're playing at the highest level possible, and because they're doing that, they're able to be up 2-0 in this series and even continuing the momentum here in this next game.
Hative definitely trying to get value out of this camouflage. He's already find a couple of picks, and with that, he also is going to steal away Bravo, holding on to their lead, but a little bit cheeky with that one. Might have overextended a bit, but either way, Rebellion ended up going 3 down. Incognito still having the numbers, and they still know where Rebellion are spawning, and now they have to, again, we talk about it, cut off those angles. Spawning toward the C side. Don't give them access to A. Don't give them access to C. Incognito are just huddled up a little bit here.
Coach Cobb trying to find a break in the armor right now, but He's in a big position. He's got the shock rifle, and we talked about this before, this shock rifle being so huge. He's gonna miss a couple shots, being very aggressive, but I like this play to kind of contest and take a lot of attention off of his team. Because of that, they're gonna get that C plot and potentially rotate to A now.
2 down for Incognito. Rebellion starting to win the Slays battle that they desperately needed. I love that repulse play out of Aperture. Drops down, but right into the hands of yet another Rebellion member. Now it's neighbor, Coach Cobb, that's forced to come off a spawn, steal away A, because Rebellion are rotating on them and able to steal C.
Starting to see some heating up happening for Rebellion here. The Slays are starting to come through, but I'm going to call out Explosive once again. He's got to really step it up here. You know, in terms of Slays, he's 1-6, which is not terrible because he's got 5 assists. He's obviously putting in the damage and being an impact, but I know he's capable of much, much more in this scenario, and I love this positioning by him as well, Tony. He's going to be able to clean up that kill and get the camo as well.
Explosive not having the best series right now. You know, we saw him have that, 5-kill game just last round, and even now 3 kills. But, all you need is a good power-up, and a good power-up to kind of bounce back here. And Explosive was able to steal away that camouflage. Now I see Incognito start to try to work over towards this Charlie side. A lot of responsibilities on the hand of Explosive. He has to deny this push, and the numbers in favor of Incognito, but not for long. Well played by Rebellion, but of course Aperture comes in with the sword.
That was a great trade by Aperture. It causes a 1v1 situation. They get the spawns onto A as well, but Explosive starting to explode a little bit here in this series. Exactly what you want to see. He's being a very big impact, like I said before, with damage and making plays. That push on C was flawless.
Rebellion are fighting for their tournament lives right now. Incognito again, 1 round away from making it forward. This is what's here. Precision, also precise with the commando. Mine don't work like that, but neighbor, don't challenge this man. Jab and cross coming in. Precision, a boxer in the prime, gets himself a double kill. And with that, Rebellion having all 4 members up, having the numbers they need, Incognito have no chance of breaking this pressure if they don't have the numbers. They have to value their life. Luckily, Hayden gets a huge pick to hopefully slow down Rebellion or just make them angry.
Rebellion had a U set up there, and they trapped them all at this back turbine side. And honestly, it's because of that they're able to get these slays, and their pressure just being way too strong. Again, just incredible job by Rebellion to turn this up at this perfect timing. No one wants to play in that open bracket in the Passion Pit. We all know how competitive the open bracket has been in these big tournaments.
Cher's going in for the challenge onto the A side, ends up being denied and stuffed immediately. Now we switch gears over towards Mental. Put the disrupt on overdrive right there. And with that, Explosive once again grabbing hold of this camouflage. So even though, the stats not looking the best for Explosive, we saw him make an explosive double kill, almost a triple. We've now seen him get back-to-back camouflage, so definitely influencing the map and making sure that Incognito have to get him off of it. The double push comes in. Carmea was able to spot out Explosive. He's gonna double back and going for the challenge. Meanwhile, off the screen, Precision taking down Hayden. Explosive finding the pick onto Carmea. Rebellion showing life here as they look to come back in this game and hopefully the series.
I love that play by Explosive. It was a little while ago now, but you saw him jump over the hill at C, so there was no information that he crossed through that hill. He got position, and because of that, they were able to slay on that C side and quell that push from tower. Explosive starting to look real good right now, and none other than Mental obviously slaying as well.
We talked about how dangerous this shock rifle can be. An Aperture sees it. He tries to get away, but Mental not allowing it to happen. Now we see Hayden and Coach Cobb gonna try to push toward the gold side. They know that Mental is so important on the map right now, but the bait and switch comes in. Hayden takes down 1, Precision takes down 2, and now it's still Rebellion that are holding onto the shock rifle. Incognito going 3 down again. Look at that scoreboard. It's heavily in favor of Rebellion, who were down by 50 points at one point. They are here and now up by almost 50 themselves.
Incognito have to be careful here if they want to win this game. They're down by about 40 points so far, and honestly, they've got to slow down the momentum here. They've got to make sure that they're making the plays and getting picks. These 1v1 trades are not going to work, but they work in this scenario as they just got 4 dead.
A clean sweep going in favor of Incognito. That's what you want to see. They were running the game for so long, but they allowed Rebellion to bounce back, and Rebellion have recovered well. Oh God, but the shock rifle still running recharge, finding one, find the assist onto the second one, and a pivotal battle is here. And Karmea making it unfair with the camouflage, but almost getting taken down. Karmea now gonna try to retreat back, but he's still hunching.
Yeah, I don't like that play.
Rebellion playing well.
I don't like that play right there. You got to back off with camo. I'm not sure how much time was on it, though. He knows better than me. Maybe there wasn't a lot of time on that camo, but regardless, you know, that was Incognito's first camo of the game. I would like to have seen that be utilized a little bit more in that scenario, but regardless, they're starting to catch back up. They're only down 12 points now.
Incognito holding on to a CB setup here. Oh, but Precision. Man, Precision has been impressing me here. 18 kills, 11 assists. And it's not even just this game, the last one too. Precision was absolutely going off. Amateur all the way down to one shot, tries to get away. But the information coming in, the small talk, and hunting him down. But hold on, a new challenger appears. Karmea somehow finding the backside of one, and that's gonna be Precision that goes down. Now we're seeing Cherish gonna try to rotate over toward the A side. The nades start to fly as Incognito want to push up towards this whirlpool and want to push in and want to take Rebellion down.
Do you know what the big factor here is in this game, Tony? Do you know why Rebellion is such a big force? It's because they have 44 assists amongst themselves. They're starting to work as a team. We're seeing them push together. Precision gets another double there with the help of his squad, and that's why they're winning this game. The engagements, the amount of engagements that Rebellion have been together in is just staggering, and this is the reason that they're catching back up in this game.
Halo Infinite, the ultimate team game, and you're seeing that right here as Rebellion once again stealing the lead, and now approaching that 200-point mark. This is the end game for both of the squads here. Shock rifle in the hands of Explosive. Karmea tries to find the site. I love that angle that Karmea was able to create. Can't find the kill, but that's gonna back Rebellion down just a little bit. This is a 4v4 situation. The first one to go down might just cost their team this game.
Precision is the big player to focus on. You see him at the bottom of Catwalk, and look at Coach Cobb trying to make a play. They've got all angles covered at the moment, and Precision is in trouble as well. He goes down, and that's going to be 2 dead for Rebellion. Aperture has this camo, the second camo for Incognito. Let's see what value he gets out of it.
Aperture able to steal away the A side. Looks like Rob are going to go in the hands of Incognito as well. And now we know where Rebellion are coming out of the C side. The long haul, the control center. Those are the choke points that have to be watched here by Incognito. Aperture not only able to watch his bottom A side, but able to watch the cross, but he's not aware when detonation comes in. Mental ends up stealing a huge pick, and with that, Rebellion looks to aggress, looks to push forward the A side, now no longer being covered by Incognito. What a play by Mental. And just like that, Incognito go 3 down. It just takes one pick, one mistake for your opposition to take advantage.
Yeah, Rebellion looking to close out this game right now. And honestly, Aperture was in a good position. I like the bottom cat area because you've got so much cover to work through, but he didn't take care of those plasma grenades that were right below him. And that potentially just cost them this game. And it looks like it did.
Rebellion coming out with the 250 to 208 lead to save their tournament here. I say it all the time, every reverse sweep starts with a game 1 win, and we see it here. Now we're gonna see if Rebellion can put the nail in the coffin, because they still have a mountain to climb against the likes of Incognito.
I want to see more teamwork like I saw in that game. I mean, these guys, Rebellion, look so incredible when they're working together. Look again at that assist board. At the end of the game, of course, you know, Hative and Coach Cobb ended up with 10 assists apiece, but you can't just you know, pass by that assist column on this Rebellion squad. If they can continue to play the bait and switches like they did in that previous game, I think they can definitely perform this reverse sweep. But it's all going to be about that. And one in particular that I want to highlight is that Pipes, you know, bait and switch that they had to well, a push from Pipes. I believe it was Coach Cobb and Hative. They cleaned that up right away, and they were able to continue to hold that top glass control. And you know, it got them a lot of time on the board.
Names don't win series. Performance does. Execution does. And that's exactly what you saw out of Rebellion, coming out on top in a big way. And this is it right here. Aquarius capture the flag. We're gonna have to see that same energy, that same performance out of Rebellion if they want to send us to a game number 5, because one more loss and they're going home.
You don't want to go home, because when you come back, it's going to be rainy, it's going to be stormy, and getting into that championship bracket is going to be nearly impossible. These guys have to put it all on the line right now. It is an online tournament. I understand the situation. I understand the details of what a Halo online tournament gives you, but no excuses. Absolutely zero excuses at this point. You've got to come to play, and it looks like Rebellion, they're starting to play, and they've got to carry that momentum. Look at that, 3 dead already, Tony. The momentum is showing.
And I'm glad we have Cherished on screen, because this is my X factor here. Cherished has a super fast play style, and he makes things very uncomfortable. He has the ability to overextend on his opponents and really get those off pulls. Now with those off pulls, maybe they could turn into something more. I think Cherish might be one of the most important players on the map, and if he has a pop-off game, not just in the stats, but being a nuisance towards the enemy team, they're gonna come out with the win. That pull does go in favor, of course, is Cherish, the man we were just talking about, already advancing that flag toward the 50% portion of the map.
Yeah, that's textbook's pull, of course. They get it on utility, forces spawns on fridge, and because of that, they've got this flag halfway through, and it looks like it's going in as well.
Wait, what just happened? I blinked. Oh, wait, I was in 1-0. I blinked, I blinked once, and that was it. We saw a cap go in favor of Rebellion as they just go 2 down. Incognito look to answer back. It's Hative and Coach Cobb. They're going to be awarded the kills onto that one. Cherish now going to try to clear out Incognito. They know the offense is coming in. How good is your defense, Rebellion?
This kill is huge right now, but again, look at the help coming out of Incognito. This is what you like to see. Unfortunately, they are 2 dead, but they get 3 dead for Rebellion. A huge kill by Carmea right here if he's able to close this out, but explosive coming up clutch. We talk about him being the weaker link so far in this series. He's showing us that he's turning it around. This player is starting to pop off.
Explosive looking to explode through with that heat wave. The nades start to go down for Mental, forced to back down because Incognito continued to find those kills that are necessary. And with that, we should see a pull, but hold on, Mental making a play to at least momentarily slow down Incognito, but not enough because that flag is being pulled, and Aperture already making it towards the car side, and Carmea getting away with the camo.
It's up to Carmea here. This camo again. The amount of damage he can do is insane. He does see that guy on the back of the base, but he wanted to get some damage into precision. And this kill is so huge, but look at the bait and switch coming out once again by Rebellion. This is what I'm talking about. They're doing such a good job of working together. We did not see this in the first 2 games, Tony. And look, another cap on the board for these guys.
Well, I mean, I think the key is, somebody had told Rebellion at the game started. They didn't know. And, the first 2 games, Incognito were running in. Rebellion were all, they want easy cruise mode. They thought they were playing matchmaking. Now they know. They know what's on the line here. And they're fighting like they want to make it past this round. But Aperture running another flag. The first one was thwarted and was recoved, but this one making it all the way towards the home base. Mental tries to get in and ends up finding the pick onto him some way, somehow. And Incognito gonna try to relay that flag forward, but it's used as bait. He's taking down Precision, holding down the mid side. Another relay. This time it's Carmea. He has to do a little bit of damage before he's able to push this flag in, but it should go home for Incognito.
Really good job by Incognito to not desperate that flag. They did for 2 deaths, but unfortunately for them, they were able to slow it down, waited for that Aperture spawn, got the clean cap, but again, a really good job understanding that the counter cap potential was there. They got a couple dead on that counter cap, and they were able to capitalize on it.
I love that Hater was getting aggressive towards the P side. I wonder if he knows that there's about to be a double push coming out of Rebellion. The final 2 players are extending towards that P side as Incognito are pushing this flag forward. Unless Hater is aware of it, but it's just too much pressure that's coming in. This map is now going to be flipped in half. Rebellion are going to pull that flag out and try to get the counter slays that they need to get the return. And with that, perfectly execution coming out of Rebellion with that overextension.
Why is Incognito losing right now? You ask yourself. You got to look at the plays that are happening. Look at every single 1v1 that is taking place. There's too many staggered plays. There's too many staggered spawns. And because of that, once again, we're down. We're up 3-0 if you're Rebellion in a must-win game. And it's because Incognito is not performing the same type of teamwork they did in those first 2 games.
the objective efficiency. This must come from amazing communication out of these players, and we shouldn't be surprised by this. Mental and Explosive and even Precision have done that at top level, maybe not in this esport, but are some of the best players that come from that Gears of War community. And Cherish was a professional Apex player as well. This objective efficiency is real, and it's coming over from that communication, the willingness to play for one another, and you're seeing it a 3-1 lead in favor of Rebellion. But as I say, that Incognito once again slaying out, putting them 3 down. A fresh one at that is Precision ends up going down. Mental gonna try to come in, but doesn't have the shields to work with. Incognito should be able to put their second cap on the board.
Incredible job to just remain composed during that situation. They're able to get the second cap because they didn't panic. They were able to get the slays necessary. They stopped that flag basically on the goal line, and now it's a 3-2 game.
Precision trying to catch an angle over toward the car side. This can be huge. You need that car side control. He's well aware of it. Meanwhile, Explosive coming right off a spawn, defending the fridge. Now P and car side control in favor of Rebellion at the moment. Explosive gonna do his best to stay alive over towards P. Neighbor not able to pick up the pieces there. 2 down go Incognito. Rebellion need to take advantage of this.
That's gonna be a blunder because Incognito now doesn't have the numbers, which is gonna force Hative off that camo control. Aperture ends up getting up there anyway, so Aperture's got to make a play here. He's got the heat wave and the camo to work with.
This is the most dangerous combination on Aquarius. Shoot, it might be the most dangerous combination that we have in Halo Infinite. Aperture finding one onto Cherish, half of Rebellion on the black screen. He's able to use his audio cues to anticipate Precision coming in, and with that, a precise 4 down for Incognito, and just passing that flag over towards his teammates. He has work to do in the slays department.
That was a game-winning play by Aperture right there. Like, honestly, he's got 11 assists. This man is 6-11 and 11. A game-winning play to realize there was another player. The communication from Cobb coming out, they realize there's another player that they need to kill. He plays patiently, doesn't just rush that flag, but unfortunately now going 3 down, Tony.
Heat wave coming out once again for Aperture, not able to find the pick onto Explosive, so now it's Rebellion that are looking to execute a counter cap. 2 down go them. They're forcing this to relaying the flag over. Coach Cobb is able to extend, gets the melee in. The nade should finish off that kill. I'm not sure if Mental was able to stay alive. We do have a stalemate here, and now this might be the game. Whoever's able to get that return and the cap might be able to steal this game and maybe the series away.
Aperture was playing a very important position on top P there. I don't really like this chase too much, but regardless, he does get another dead, but now he's in a bad position. On top P, he's able to provide so much information from to his team about people that are trying to sneak through the bottom of P side, but now, because he's dead, he's not able to do that. Hative needs to win this 1v1, and Precision once again comes out on top.
I see why they call him Precision. I'm pretty sure every one of his kills have been a perfect right now. You just hear Jeff Steitzer perfect in my ear. It's music to my ear. Coach Cobb on screen, grabbing the commando, even having the thrust. This might be good, but he's not able to get that kill. Either way, staying alive with the thrust is just as good. Could be used offensively and defensively. Incognito going 2 down quickly. Rebellion are able to get the return. And just like that, a 4-3 lead. They're now 1 cap away from sending us to a game 5.
Yeah, and they're going for that next cap here, Tony. And that all came down to Coach Cobb, unfortunately, not being able to finish that kill. But they're going to overextend here. That's what you got to do when you're in a situation where you go multiple dead. They get slays, the slays necessary. And of course, Coach Cobb going to throw that flag in the middle of the map.
Explosive not able to stay alive toward the mid side. Mental comes right in with the fisty cuffs, but it might have been a team nade. Rebellion end up going 4 down. Coach Cobb is now going to relay that flag in, and with that, there is nobody in position to stop it. We are tied up at 4 apiece. 1 cap will take it all.
We've got an absolute even game here. Absolutely insane out of Rebellion and Incognito. Both teams putting it all on the line, but Incognito has a little bit of a cushion. They only need 1 more win to secure their spot in the Super.
This is a battle of attrition. Both of these teams will have to empty the tank in order to come out on top. And of course, it's Rebellion that put Incognito 3 down once again. It's Karmia by himself. He needs to win a pave, but it's a 1v2, and it's not gonna happen. Explosive exploding through the utility side, finds himself another one. Aperture luckily able to land the nade to stop the push from Rebellion. Goes right after Cherish, making a stabilizing play. Does Aperture, the team was 2 down. Rebellion were about to run that flag home. Aperture needed to win those paves, and he was able to do so.
Incognito got the most favorable spawn possible in the back of their flag. They were overextended. They were staggering their deaths one by one, but that flag spawn off their death is going to literally make sure they don't lose this game just yet. Tony, that camel's coming up soon. They've got to play for it.
Just 2 minutes on the clock here in regulation. Both of the teams still tied. Luckily, Cherish able to spot out Coach Cobb with the camouflage. Big pick coming out of him. Hative gonna follow it up by taking down Precision as well. The double push might be too much here as they're flying towards utility side. I believe it's Karmia taking the top. Karmia getting into a battle off the screen here. And this is important, because Rebellion continue to aggress. They're continuing to push past the 50-yard line, and Incognito have a response for every single one of their pushes.
Yeah, Rebellion's playing very aggressive, trying to work off of their individual skill, but it's players like Hative who are winning massive 1v1s in the kill feed. They have a 2v2 now. And again, only a minute and 15 seconds remaining. Incognito trying to close this out, but Rebellion has their life on their tournament life on the line right now. They're the ones that really have to make sure this last cap goes in.
Aperture trying to take control over toward the utility side of the map. He feels the presence of one. The shots start to go in, and he's able to take down Cherish. That's gonna be a big pick. Precision, one shot over toward the car side. Excellent active listening. Able to steal away one, but off the screen, Coach Cobb finds himself a crucial pick as well. So Rebellion losing their numbers, and with that, Incognito look to push forward. And instead of Karmia going off here, he's gonna slow it down. He's gonna rat it out in the corner, but all rats have to die.
Hative doing the same thing. He gets a double. That was a really big double, because unfortunately his team is 3 down, but being able to even out the score there is so huge, especially when you have all of Rebellion pushing in aggressively.
Numbers once again in favor of Incognito, but somehow it's always Rebellion that are pushing the tempo. They're always the ones fighting Incognito, forcing them to react to every one of their pushes. Yeah. Incognito need to find a clean sweep, and they need to aggress over toward utility side or even the P side. I don't care what it is, but we need to see a little bit more pace control out of Incognito, because as of right now, it seems like Rebellion are the ones at least always on the opposition side.
Yeah, so for me, it looked like Incognito just wanted to play for the overtime here. Now they have a clean refresh. They've got that camo up top, and they can potentially make their starting strat worth it. It worked in the first game, but unfortunately in this game right now, they're 3 dead.
And Hative, the final player alive, he's gonna be spotted out, hunted down, and with that, the camouflage never gets popped. It's in the hands of Precision. Rebellion are now pushing this flag forward. Incognito are now gonna try to overextend over toward the P side, but every angle being watched. Our Aperture going down. The first pick goes in. There's one more that was able to make it through, but it's Coach Cobb that's gonna hit the black screen, and Hative, the only player alive, not in position. Rebellion are able to send us into a game 5. What a start out of Shopify.
What an absolute game by Rebellion. And again, that starting strat, they read Incognito's starting strat in that last round, in the overtime round, which is the most important round to read. They read it, they got 3 dead. Coach Cobb was the last one to escape through, but they ended up cleaning him up as well. We're going to a game number 5. Rebellion looking to continue this momentum. And let me tell you something, they're looking very solid in these last 2 games. And this reverse sweep is definitely in the cards.
Say that one more time. Say we're going to a game 5 one more time. Say one more time for me.
We're going to a game number 5.
Woo! I got goosies right now. I got the goosebumps right now. I want to see a game 5. This series has been absolutely lights out. Let's not forget that Coach Cobb and the boys, they had a 2-0 lead. They were looking dominant. Let's be honest with you. Shopify Rebellion were looking abysmal in the first 2 games. But now, Shopify Rebellion showing new life, controlling the pace of the game, locking down the entire map, finding the timely slays that they need, but also with that ultimate aggression. I'm loving what I'm seeing out of Shopify Rebellion, but can they continue this on Live Fire? Because I will say, Live Fire Slayer, it plays a lot like Street Slayer as far as that aggression, as far as controlling those spawns. And last time we saw Incognito won that 50-42.
My player, I've got to listen. I understand it's a team game. I understand that there's 4 players on each squad. I got to point out one. I got to point out one right now for Incognito, and it's going to be Aperture. This is the furthest he's gotten in Halo Infinite. He has a chance right now. All the stuff that he's been through, every single mountain he's had to climb, all those roadblocks, stop right now. If he can pull it together, get that energy, get that gas for this last game. We know what he's capable of. We've got to see it. He started those last 2 games real slow. This is it right here. We have a sniper. You're a literal beauty. Your weapon is on this map. You can make the game happen. You can change the game in your team's favor for Incognito. But again, you're going against Rebellion. These guys have just built up momentum really, really large, and it's hard to break that. And like I said before, it's all about calling that timeout. Steph Curry just popping threes. The kid is insane. Call the timeout. Break his momentum up. You're probably not gonna, but at least you can try. Take a little break and reset. This is it right here. Game 5, Rebellion showing some real talent, bringing this series back.
And also to back you up, I mean, Aperture was able to put up 16 assists, where the next one on his team was 11. And on top of that, we saw that double kill, that critical one that he got to save at least one of those flags. And on top of that, he pulled 5 of his team's 7 flags. 7 pulls were on the map, and it was Aperture that pulled 5 of them. But if you're gonna pick up someone on one side, you know,
yeah,
we got to point out Precision.
Oh, yeah.
On the opposite side, Shopify Rebellion. Let me tell you, Precision, the real deal. Precision showing us he know what he do. I don't care if you come from COD, Halo, Gears of War, Apex. I don't care where you come from. You putting up 25 and 17 assists against the likes of Carmine and Aperture. You're a Halo kid now. We stealing you over.
Absolutely. And I'm actually stealing this from Rami in the chat, but he says the championship. You know, the championship skill and the talent will come out here. When you've been in championships before, you've been under these very stressful situations where it's all on the line. When you've done this over and over again, it's just natural for you. Is it the same on the other end? You know, a lot of newer players on the other end, in a sense, you know, they're not newer, but you know, to maybe this situation, they're newer, where it's all on the line and it's all about playing your absolute best Halo. It's it. This is it right here. You know, clutch it or shut it. That's it. This is the moment.
You know, I'm gonna leave it to 2 things. I'm thinking who wants it more. I mean, when you have 2 teams as evenly matched as we are right now going into a game 5, it's about who simply wants it more. And then on top of that, it's about that ice. You better come with that ice. You better have that ice in the veins. That's all I'm saying. If you want to come on the top, it's game 5. It's do or die. Who's going to the $125,000 tournament, one of the largest online tournaments that we've seen so far? And who's going to be having some tough discussions, some tough meetings next week? Because I'm telling you, both of these teams wanted. Shopify Rebellion, you're back-to-back right now. You have the momentum. Incognito, in my opinion, they're the favorites coming in. You got Carmea. Come on now. You got Coach Cobb, formerly known as Neighbor, on your team. I think they're the favorites coming in. I think Incognito need this a little bit more.
I think you're right. And you know, I mentioned all young players, and of course, Coach Cobb, no stranger to these situations. Absolutely, a player like that on your team that is able to kind of guide you in this last game. And I like this little break that they took. Aperture popping in the good luck boys in the chat. That can go one or 2 ways. Good luck, you're gonna need it, or let's have fun. Regardless, here we go. We're hopping into game 5.
Yeah, you know, no matter what happens in this game, I feel the real winners are us and the 1,350 people in the chat. We the real winners because we get to enjoy these competitors. Leave it all on the line, emptying the tank. You're on live fire for the last time, Tim. What do you want to see out of both of these rosters to come out on top here in Game 5?
They've got to play their best Halo. There's not much else to talk about, Tony. I mean, they've gotten this far. Obviously, Rebellion has a little bit of momentum, but Incognito, I mean, these guys are all incredible players. They started off the series so hot. They've got to, like you said before, pull it all out of the tank and make it happen. This is your moment.
If Mental has a million number of fans, I'm one of them. If Mental has tens of fans, that's me. If Mental has one fan, I am him. If Mental has no fans, then I am no longer on Earth. If the world is against Mental, I am against the world. I'm not gonna lie, it's true, man. I'm a fan of this young guy, but it's 3-2 starting off for Rebellion. Assault rifle in the hands of Explosive, and clearly he knows what to do with it. 36 bullets of pure pain and skill gap coming out of the assault rifle.
I'm a little scared right now if I'm Incognito. You can just tell, by the way, when you watch these players on their screen, you can tell by the way they're moving, by the way they're shooting, how bad they want it, and how involved and how zoned in they are. And right now, Rebellion look real good.
7-6 lead in favor of Rebellion to start off this game, but it's still quite early. On board now with Mental, only 1 kill, but 3 assists to go along with it. We do see a player flanking towards the mid side. Meanwhile, there's multiple players of Incognito looking like they're coming from the C or maybe to drop down towards mid. And look at the respect both of these teams are showing. We have now cut the map in half. You can now drop a pin and it'll echo across a live fire.
And as you can see in our lower thirds, EXO has eliminated ESA Red. They will move on and they will grant their spot in the HCS Super, of course, in that championship elimination bracket. Congratulations to them. And of course, well fought by ESA Red.
4 down, go Rebellion. Incognito once again in control. You're now seeing the double push, the comedy, now a triple push coming toward the seaside. Precision getting caught towards the nest. Hative ends up minding the gap, sending Explosive packing off the map. Precision trying to pick up the pieces. And what a strafe, giving that man the wiggles.
Yeah, that triple push ended up working out. They spread out a little bit towards the end there, which caused Coach Cobb to go down, but it's a 10-13 game right now. Incognito holding a little bit of a lead, and you're going to see this pace slow often here. Carmea, the aggression with this overshield.
This overshield can be the deciding factor here in the mid game, but it's being drained. Mental finding the pick. Average are still able to get the kill, and look, hold on. Carmea somehow still alive. No more overshield to work with, though. Explosives trying to overextend toward the pillars, ends up getting caught. 3 down, go Rebellion. Incognito starting to increase their lead.
Incognito looks so good there once again with the bait and switches, using the angles possible, and of course, making sure that they're always in position, like you see there with Hative, always in position to help Cobb clean up that kill. Make sure you're getting those trades, and if they continue to get those trades, we're looking at a win for them. They're up 20-13.
Cherry's trying to break into with the shortcuts, but ends up running right into the heat wave. Luckily, Precision comes in for the cleanup, but there's too many numbers, and Rebellion are dying one at a time, staggeredly. Another 3 down. Rebellion need a reset, need to regain at the moment. The problem is, I don't know if Incognito are going to let up on the gas.
See all of Rebellion trapped at back green. They're going to play real slow here, potentially try and get some damage on the board. No one's really poking their head to make sure that they're not able to, be pushed due to the damage that they take. That sniper, though, in the hands of Cobb, and we know what he's capable of with this thing, Tony.
Coach Cobb trying to find the blind side of the Rebellion defense there, but now he's spotted over towards tower with the sniper rifle, and with that, Cherish looks to get aggressive. The problem is BR just as good as that sniper. It's going to connect a 10-kill lead by Incognito.
This is really tough to come back from. I think one of the factors here, if Rebellion wants to come back in this game, is this next overshield, and they get 3 dead, so potentially this overshield plays a factor, and I believe Mental does have that in his pocket. If they can use that to potentially break the setup, they could come back in this game. This is a very big deficit so far, though.
One definition of Incognito is to conceal one's true identity. Incognito ain't hiding. They in plain sight right now. They are in the face of Rebellion. And now it's Rebellion that are scrambling and looking for an answer right now. Luckily, they were able to get the overshield, but somehow not able to take down Carman, not only valuing his life, but getting away with the sniper rifle on board now with Coach Cobb. And the Needler is in. Fear the Pink missed, taking down Mental and approaching the third quarter of this game.
Oh man, Coach Cobb doing an ode to Walshy here from back in the day. Beautiful to see out of him, but once again, Carmea using that movement skill to get out of dodge there was actually so huge. He was able to get his team a spawn on to C, and because of that, they were able to continue to have this lead, but they've got to be careful. That lead is dwindling.
The assist will end up coming in. Somehow Coach Cobb able to stay alive, still rocking with the Needler. Aperture winning a pivotal gunfight against Mental. Rebellion going 3 down once again. And luckily, Precision ends up finding himself a pivot of his own, and now he's going to retreat back to the arms of his teammates that are spawning up. If they're going to come back in this game, it's not going to be just the individual pivs. It's going to be that teamwork. They have to bait and switch. They have to surround and collapse and engage with Incognito.
Yeah, every time Rebellion get 1 kill, Incognito end up getting 2. Fortunately for them, they do get the trade on both there. Look at Aperture right now, 10, 4, and 7, having a very solid game thus far. But I know he's capable of even more than that, but look at this precision, beautiful cut by him.
Oh, baby, a triple. Another one out of Precision. And with that, Rebellion are able to get away with the overshield. What once was a double-digit lead is now in the single digits. But what a high IQ play out of Hayden to neutralize that overshield immediately, and maybe stopping the dream of Rebellion coming back here. Incognito able to put their 41st on the board. They are now 9 kills away from not only taking the game, but advancing to that $125,000 super.
This is the 3rd time now that Incognito have had this sniper, and Carmea just keeps continuing to put it to use. And this is what you have to stop if you're Rebellion. If you want to win this game, if you want any chance, you've got to take out the players that are popping off.
Sniper rifle now in the hands of Carmea. The movement is coming. He's too smooth. Got the moves like Jagger. And without any time loss whatsoever, right back to the tower side control. All of Rebellion spawning towards the A side, having nothing to do but to try to break through towards the overshield side. And Carmea is waiting there, cutting them off with the sniper. Hayden now flanking and taking down 1. This is too much. Rebellion maybe going down. Just 3 more kills needed.
Yeah, all they need is trades at this moment in time, and everyone's having such an incredible game on this Incognito roster. Carmea is someone we didn't even really talk too much about. He's 15 and 7, Tony, and they need 2 more kills to close this out, and they will secure their spot in that HCS Super elimination.
Call him butter. Incognito on a roll, and Rebellion they might have just used up too much energy in that last game, and now with the, like we said, the battle of attrition, Incognito are about to put the nail on the coffin. Carmea tagging the player up left and right. Overshield is coming up. Cherish gonna try to bait it out. Ends up being spotted. The shots go in. Cherish go down. Incognito have done it. They're going forward to next weekend.
Wow. That is a huge win. Congratulations to Incognito. We're now going to see Aperture, of course, make it as far as I'm aware of in an HCS tournament in Halo Infinite, and also Coach Neighbor. My man Neighbor coming out, playing in 2006 on Halo 2, 2006, coming back to Halo Infinite, showing all the old men like me how it's done, that it's still possible. Great job by this Incognito roster, and again, a great fight put up by Rebellion. Everyone played an incredible Game 5, and that's what you like to see. Clutching it up, though, is Incognito, and congratulations, they